is not well between Oba Akinolu, that's the Oba of Eko, Oba of Lagos, and the wife of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Tinubu himself. As you all know, many of the so-called elites visited Bola Ahmed Tinubu according to the pictures that they decided to show to us. They've refused to show us any video evidence of Bola Ahmed Tinubu talking real time, addressing real issues, present issues, so we'll be convinced that he's alive and not somewhere sick. Pictures that we saw, and we know that this regime, they are the master of doctoring pictures and all of that. They know a lot about that. Now let's get to what is really on. And before then, if you are not a member of this channel, let us grow it together. It's easy and it's free. Simply tap on the subscription button and the red notification icon bell below. It will alert you whenever videos are dropped. If you're a returning subscriber, I say thanks for returning. If you have been here growing this wonderful channel together with us, I say God bless. Previously, I said that the wife of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Tinubu himself are not happy. Both of them are not happy with Oba Akinolu. You know, Oba Akinolu's background is that of a corrupt system, a corrupt institution. He was a police officer before he became king. And you know what police officers do? You know how they go about their job, how they go about their things. They are the, you know, when you talk about the core of corruption, you can talk about the police. And police do not mind to join two heads together, you know, eat two heads together, all to make money from them. The palace of Oba Akinolu was invaded. We all saw the video of that. His palace was invaded, and according to Oba Akinolu, when he granted interview, he said $2 million disappeared and 17 million naira disappeared from his palace. Well, maybe he sold some land. Well, maybe certain individuals decided to give him gifts. You know, he's the king, and there are certain things that people need from them. But people are like, seriously, is that the salary of the king? Is he saving it? Now, the money is said to have been in a coffin, white coffin, somewhere in his palace. His staff of authority was taken off from the palace by the people who own it. Of course, they are the ones who own it, not the Oba at all. They took the shoes of the Oba, the person that has the right size, right leg to put on the shoe, took the shoes of the Oba, and they took what belongs to them, the palliative. We all saw all of that. Oba Akinolu didn't talk about the palliative that much, but what he was particular about is the $2 million and the 17 million naira. And the money, according to report, according to insider, belongs to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That money was given to him as a mobilization money, mobilization towards election. That's what the money is for. You know, the way they go about these things is so, you know, terrible. They plan ahead for themselves. Instead of them planning ahead for the people, like how it's done in Senate clans, where they plan, they plan for 20 years ahead, 50 years ahead, and all of that for the people. In Nigeria, politicians plan ahead for themselves, and they make sure that they cover all angles. One of the angles is Lagos, and it's Lagos Island. And should there be some amount of money needed to bribe, to cover up this, to do this, the money will be, you know, quickly brought out by Oba Akinolu. But with this incident, Oba Akinolu quickly, you know, did what police officers know how to do. He said, well, they invaded my palace and they carted away all that money. So if Oba Akinolu has that money hidden somewhere, the money cannot be accounted for anymore. He has said it. The money has been stolen. That is what it is. Now, with this, I believe there is a kind of issue between them. He is the only person that has not at least shown himself with Tinubu, dead or alive, taking pictures. That's just what it is. He has refused. Maybe he has refused to go because he doesn't want to be part of the people fooling themselves saying Bola Ahmed Tinubu is alive. Now, the reactions out there is this. $2 million. Is it possible that Oba Akinolu kept all of this in his palace? There are possibilities that the money is stored somewhere else. I don't think it would be that naive to keep $2 million, all of it in one place. Yes, we saw videos of people running around, throwing money at each other, but it wasn't $2 million that we saw. Maybe some people did not record that part, but it is not possible. If $2 million went out of that palace that particular day, that it will be something. We are talking about $2 million. We are not talking about 50,000 or $200,000. We are talking of $2 million. Even if it is in hundred, that's a lot of money to move around, to carry around. Well, will Oba Akinolu at least drop some of the money? I don't think so. Oba Akinolu will not drop because he understands all of this. To him, I am, well, here, king. If it were back in those days, I would have been the one taking all of this money. But you, adopted man, coming here, well, you've done what you want to do for yourself. Don't come here telling me to bring any $2 million. And this has become a bone of contention. He has refused to pay any solidarity visit to Remi. Let's say Tinubu is dead. He has refused to even visit his friend Bola Tinubu as Oba of Lagos, where Tinubu hails from. Let me go visit my friend, take pictures with him, and even check my own health too, to check what's going on with me. He has refused. So there is this kind of cold war between them. We don't know what will become of it. And do not forget that EFCC is after Bola Tinubu, and it's going to be worse. It's going to be worse soon. But from all indications, somehow from the way we see it, with the EFCC after Tinubu, and all of a sudden he started forming sickness. Then he escaped wherever he is, dead or alive. He went somewhere. All of this, if you look at it together, with the picture, so-called, president visiting him, and both of them together, I mean Buhari and all of that, that doesn't necessarily mean that the whole case has been dropped or all of that. But I think it's going to get worse depending on how they decide to play their politics. It's going to get worse soon. The last end of Buhari's regime, he will want to tidy up a lot of things. There are a lot of people that they want to cut off their wings. If Bola Tinubu does not have money enough, of course he has money stashed everywhere. If EFCC goes deeper into all of his assets and all of that, there won't be too much for Bola Tinubu to run the show. That's it. So because of that, I think that's the reason why Bola Tinubu puts money in certain location, like the location of the palace. And Oba Akinolu feels that he looks at it like, come on, look at the money that is gotten from the market, from your Yaloja and all of that. And me, what do you think? $2 million is too small. I want more. I need more. And that is what it is. Bola Tinubu himself cannot really say where that money came from, because we all know, I mean, he can't come out publicly to say where the money come from, because it's all from it's a cesspool. They are all in the same murky water together, all rubbing themselves in this dirt, here and there. And once in a while, you will see them come out fighting, showing us that for real, they are all corrupt. So this is what it is. Hopefully, Oba Akinolu will come out to speak and address once again. That is if, but I doubt it. They will never come out to talk about this, because the questions will be asked. Oba Akinolu, where did you get $2 million from? How come? That is the one we even know. Where did you get it from? $2 million. Where did you get it from? You sold properties, salary, money you acquired as a police officer, or money you acquired from the markets and all of that. What is really going on here? That, I believe, will be the question. So right now, there is a cold war going on. 2023 is on the way, and I believe that is the next that they will be on to. Well, we'll keep you posted on all of this. We'll see how they are going to run the show. These people, they are never say die. They are always looking for a way to float. They believe that they have 9 lives, and they will never die. They will keep on looting. If they cannot loot, they look for someone else who can do it. If they are dead, they look for someone else to take over. That is how they roll.